With a hard life of living behind shelter walls, and that too with only 3 limbs, Roux has finally been adopted and is being taken home. This was a special day for our special friend. Here is where all the love starts. During this Valentine's Day, things got a little special when Hershey got the best surprise of her life, a new family and a new life. You can clearly see how she and her new owner are now bonding already. For 3 years in this shelter, Jones the dog, who is also a senior, has been waiting for someone to take him in as their own. You can look at his face of defeat as he longs for someone to take him home and give him the life he deserves. Likewise, this family of 9 was also on the red status of being euthanized altogether, but were thankfully saved by another organization and given a better chance at life. This poor boy was scheduled to be euthanized, but as far as the updates go, he was finally adopted by a kind lady who showed him the kind side of humans too. This is not a shelter but a home that has too many dogs for its own good, and these poor guys had to be taken away for better care as they could not be taken care of possibly by just one owner. Chocolate Chip is the name of this cutie, and I think we all know why, but partly because of his sweet nature and baby-like behavior. Wishing a speedy recovery and quick adoption for our cute little friend. It does not get any cuter than this. A mother along with her 5, 8-month-old teddy bears. Would be a real treat if someone actually adopted all of them together. Broody may be a big and old guy, but as you can clearly see, he can use a little bit of touch and love every now and then, and he is currently waiting for someone to take him in. Arena here is about to be adopted for the 3rd time, but unlucky for her, she was returned again after a few days of being with her new family. Things are starting to take a positive direction as this happy girl, Lulu, also got a second chance at life when she got adopted out of the shelter into a loving new family. With a handful of new toys and treats, she sets off to a new beginning. Big Boy Gino is the name, and today he also got adopted into a loving family and into a new home where he can be the couch potato he was destined to be. Happy tales, my friend. The dogs that stay the longest in these shelters struggle the most as they lose hope and become more fearful of themselves. Hopefully one day somebody will stop for once and take him home. Willie here was thankfully adopted finally after staying in the shelter for a long time, but Diana here, who is probably the sweetest dog out there, is still waiting for her day to come. All the way from Romania, this rescue pup was finally home after a 2-day-long trip and probably under a lot of drugs to keep him calm. But now, he is full of energy and excitement to start a new life. Somebody caught a person on their door cam leaving a dog in their footsteps. Look at this cute and adorable little face. How can someone even think of doing this, and that too in the middle of the night? These puppies have barely even started to run properly, and someone had the cold heart to leave them outside of a shelter in a box. Funa here has spent almost a year in this place still waiting to be chosen, and for the day someone decides to take her home with them. She may be weak now, but her will is still strong, with a happy tail wag to show it. Hondo is one of the few lucky ones, as he was able to find a forever home for himself and his best friend Froggy. You can clearly see the happiness on his face as he can't stop wagging his tail out of joy. Susie here got adopted just in time, but a much younger boy was still left in the shelter, still waiting for someone to pick him up. Here is to wishing Beeler good luck. It is almost every day when you get newer and newer faces in the shelter, as dogs keep coming and some rarely go back out, as not everyone gets a chance to get adopted. Here is your chance to prove that concept wrong. Here is the sad story of Demu, who was left alone to fend for himself without food or water in an RV when his owners disappeared from sight. I hope he now finds a permanent residence to live in, where he doesn't have to be worried about being left alone again. Here are a few more dogs that are waiting for you, their potential families, to come and adopt them into their homes and give them all the love and affection they themselves will give to you. The shelter is not the right place for them to live out the rest of their lives. The ones who know the true value of their pets will move earth and sky to get them back in their lives, like this homeless man who saved up enough money to make that happen. When these little fellas come to these shelters, they don't know if they will be there for a day or two, or maybe for years, like Ella here, who has been here for about 3 years. When you go to a shelter to adopt a dog, make sure to look at all of them first, because you have all sorts of needy dogs who have it worse than most others. You have old ones, shy ones, and absolutely depressed ones. Already injured and closing up on the senior side of dogs, Ross does not do well in closed, sheltered environments and shuts himself away from everyone every chance he gets. This guy is miserable where he is right now, and only love and care can heal his injuries and his heart. Hendrix looks like a calm dog, and he truly is, but somehow, his latest owners gave him back at the shelter because they say he was being aggressive towards them, but this was due to the sudden changes in his environment. But now, Hendrix has found a new calling. So, which dog was your favorite? Let us know in the comments, and while you're down there, remember to like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on, and I'll see you in the next video.